Hi students, greetings from MPower by Dr. NK. Today we are going to study the IUPAC nomenclature of compounds with functional groups. So far we have learned how to name the compounds if they are alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. So today we are going to see how to name the compounds with functional groups. So what is a functional group? If you take a set of elements which are present in an organic compound and decides the properties of that particular compound, then that group is called as the functional group. For example, if you take COOH, it is a carboxylic acid, and the organic compound class of compounds which belong to carboxylic acids have general methods of preparation and common chemical properties. So now let us see how to name the compounds with functional groups. First of all, you should understand that whenever you have a functional group, it can either be written as a prefix or a suffix depending on whether this functional group is considered as the priority functional group or a substituent. If it acts as a substituent, then we are going to write the prefix. If it is considered as a functional group, then we write it as a suffix. Now I have written a set of prefixes and suffixes for various functional groups in the order of priority. I am going to read it out for you. And you can make a note of it in your notebooks. The first one is a carboxylic acid which has the group COOH and the prefix is carboxy, suffix is oic acid. The second one is sulfonic acid. The functional group is SO3H. The prefix is sulfo and the suffix is sulfonic acid. Now, if you take the other classes of compounds, we have the anhydrides, esters, acid halides, amides, nitriles, isonitriles, aldehydes, ketones, alcohols, thiols, amines and ethers. Now I have given you the prefixes and suffixes. If you are not able to write it, you can take a screenshot of this. Now let us take one example where there are multiple functional groups and see which one will get a priority and which one will be acting as a substituent. Depending on that, we are going to either write it as a suffix or a prefix. So in this compound, how many carbon chains are there? There is only one carbon chain, that is the straight chain. So we can either number it from the left hand side or we can number it from the right hand side. So let us number it from the left hand side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now, which is the functional group here? CO is the functional group and NH2 and Cn will act like substituents. Okay. So if you take the position of the functional group, whether you number it from the right hand side or from the left hand side, it is getting 3 as the number. Alright. See, if I take the numbering from the right hand side, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So if you take the numbering from the right hand side also, you will get the position of the functional group as 3. And if you take the substituents from the left hand side, you are getting at position 2 amino and at position 4 you are getting cyano, isn't it? From the right hand side, if you number, again you are going to get 3 as the functional group, whereas for the cyano and amino you are again going to get 2 and 4. Now we have a confusion because The functional group and the substituents are getting the same numbers. So now what we have to do, we have to compare the position of the two substituents. So from the left hand side, if you number, you are getting 2 as amino and 4 as cyano. Whereas if you number from right, you are getting 2 as cyano and 4 as amino. So now which one will you prefer? You have to go for the alphabetical order, and according to that, this is the correct one. So we are going to take the numbering from the left hand side, and I have retained only that. So what will be the root word? Since there are 5 carbon atoms, it is pent, and since it is a saturated carbon chain, I am going to write AN. It is not an alkane, therefore I am going to drop the E. What is the functional group here? CO is the functional group. If I bring your attention to CO functional group, the suffix is ONE, and we have to write the position of the ketone group. So it is at 3, therefore it is pentan 3-one. And what are the substituents present? Amino and cyano. Amino is present at 2, and since A comes first, we are going to write 2 amino 4 cyano pentan 3-one. Is that right? Have you followed how to decide which is the functional group and which is the substituent? You have to make a note of the order of the functional groups and the priority, and depending on that you are going to decide whether it is a suffix or a prefix. So take a note of that again, and based on that you are going to write the name of the compound. Now I want you to feel free to ask me questions about this naming in the comment box, and also do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and not to forget downloading the MPover app, because if you download, you are going to get many free resources for learning chemistry and maxing your success. See you soon.